जरा जी आप में यही फ़र्क है, आप मुझे नहीं लगता कि मैं ज़लज़ले से पहले भी कोई था। मैं सोचता हूँ बाद ही हूँ जो कुछ भी हूँ, बस उससे पहले का याद नहीं आता जी। सबसे बेहतरीन चीज़ आपको पता है माँ होती है, तो हमारी जो अम्मा थी वो इस ज़लज़ले में हमसे वो बिछड़ गई। उसके अलावा कुछ भी नहीं याद आता जी, बस माँ याद आती है, बस उसके अलावा और कुछ भी नहीं।
I think one of the biggest problems that we see as a healthcare professionals is complete destruction of the healthcare system.
Disability is such a major problem in Pakistan and such a neglected problem in Pakistan.
ये चीज़ की कमी हो गई, ये रमड़ में ये चीज़ हो गई, नता नहीं रही हैं, ये मजूर हो गई हैं, यानी तकरीबन हर शख्स नफरत करता है। इस चीज़ को मैं समझती हूँ, बच्ची है भी मजूर है, इसके साथ अकेले इंसान आ सकता, सिर्फ ये दुआ करो खुदा मजूरी के साथ न दे।
Even today, one can feel the earth shaking by a mere mention of the October 8, 2005 earthquake. Such was the impact of the disaster that resulted in tragedy beyond imagination. The aftershocks were felt for weeks to follow until people returned to normal life. But for some, the aftershocks are to be dealt with for as long as they live.
अगर कोई कम्युनिटी के अंदर कोई ऐसी टीम, कोई ऐसी एनजीओ, कोई ऐसा फ़र्द जो इन लोगों तक अप्रोच करे और इनके प्रॉब्लम्स को आइडेंटिफाई करे, सोशल क्या क्या प्रॉब्लम्स हैं उनको आइडेंटिफाई करे और प्रॉपरली गांव की सतह पर इन लोगों की रजिस्ट्रेशन की जाए और फिर इनको वहाँ से फीज़िबल ट्रांसपोर्ट के साथ मुतल्लिका फैसिलिटी तक ट्रांसपोर्ट किया जाए और फैसिलिटी के अंदर इनके लिए 4-5 दिन या 10 दिन अकोमोडेशन का बंदोबस्त हो, इनकी लिम्ब प्रोस्थेसिस या स्पाइनल इंजरीज़ के साथ जो ट्रीटमेंट है वो इनको वहाँ पर मिले, तो मैं समझता हूँ ये एक बहुत बड़ी हेल्प होगी। और ये हेल्प शॉर्ट टर्म बेसिस पे मुमकिन नहीं है क्योंकि ये इन लोगों का ज़िंदगी भर का प्रॉब्लम होता है, तो लॉन्ग टर्म बेसिस पर इनके प्रॉब्लम को आइडेंटिफाई किया जाए और इनको फैसिलिटेट किया जाए, तो मैं समझता हूँ ये बहुत अच्छा काम होगा।
This aspect was realized by Subh-e-Nau, an organization already working on rehabilitation of disabled people.
Subh-e-Nau, as we call it, an environment and public health concern. We mainly work on the environment and public health policy and programs, and it's kind of its programs are divided into two main categories, if you will. We have an awareness raising campaign in which we raise awareness of the public about different issues. Why environment is important, how it plugs into the whole health system, and how does environment relate to health. And we have a disability program in which we focus on, it's more like a community development project in which we focus on disability in the community, and especially post-earthquake, in the post-earthquake areas. And what we're trying to do is kind of mainstream this population, and our focus is of course spinal cord injury patients, which have surfaced as one of the most neglected people in the whole, after the whole disaster.
अर्थक्वेक के फ़ौरन बाद जो हमारा फोकस था वो था किसी तरह से अर्थक्वेक विक्टिम्स की हेल्प करना, लेकिन उसके बाद मज़ीद जो फोकल पॉइंट हुआ वो ये था कि स्पाइनल कॉर्ड इंजर्स के साथ काम करना है, उनकी मोटिवेशन पे और उनको जो भी साइकोलॉजिकल प्रॉब्लम्स हैं उन इश्यूज़ को रिजॉल्व करना है।
Rehabilitation in the affected areas has only meant reconstruction. No amount of reconstruction is worth the trouble if the physical and psychological well-being of the victims is not addressed. If an affected person or family is not physically and mentally fit, the fanciest of shelters will be no more than a golden cage.
You see, the thing is that the government wants quick fixes, which doesn't happen in the real world, and that's where we fall. We have to look at the problem in its entirety, and we have to adapt accordingly. It's not just medical needs, it's social, it's what the society thinks about it, it's community, it's information, it's awareness, it's and how do you actually lift that patient up out of his depression and make him a useful part of the society. That's not easily done.
These people are not only dealing with the physical impact, but also suffer from the psychological impact following a catastrophe of this magnitude. With proper rehabilitation, it is possible to make the disabled independent in their daily lives.
फर्स्ट पॉइंट पे हम साइको एजुकेशन देते हैं, फैक्ट्स और फिगर्स किसी भी इवेंट के बारे में या डिज़ास्टर या ट्रॉमा के बारे में, और लोगों को ये बताना कि जो वो रिएक्ट कर रहे हैं वो नॉर्मल है, क्योंकि इवेंट या डिज़ास्टर एबनॉर्मल था, उसके रिज़ल्ट में जो उनके रिएक्शंस हैं वो बिल्कुल नॉर्मल हैं। सेकंड लेवल पे ब्रिजिंग करना, यानी कि उनको नई लाइफ की तरफ, जो ब्रेकअप आ गया था उसकी तरफ कुछ स्किलफुल एक्टिविटीज़ देना ताकि वो दोबारा से एक नॉर्मल लाइफ की तरफ आ सकें। और फिर थर्ड लेवल जो होता है उसमें हमने ऐसा किया था कि जो पेशेंट्स अपने आप को स्किलफुल समझ चुके थे, अब वो सुपरविज़न की पोजीशन पे आ गए थे और उन्होंने बाकी लोगों को गाइड करना शुरू कर दिया था।
As the follow-ups were continuing, different things also came up, like server teams or the rehab teams were not being able to go on daily basis to a patient home to train him or her for any of the need for like transfer or any of the thing. So a rehab center was set up in Muzaffarabad so that the patients can come over here and get training for their activities like transfers, which is really the main issue. If they cannot transfer, they cannot do anything.
When we planned to start working in the field as to cater for the patients who had gone back to Muzaffarabad, we devised a CBR program, and it was made in following the proper guidelines of the International Center for Disability Reduction, University of Toronto. And it's basically a very comprehensive model. It involves all the parameters of medical, educational, comprehensive advocacy, human resource. We try to do everything that is that following the guidelines of such programs, and the reason for its success basically has been that the middle management has been working at the front lines as well, and we were able to modify it to suit the needs of a very resource constrained setting.
The community-based initiative involved tracing and registration of patients and a comprehensive needs assessment which helped in deciding whether the patient needs specialist intervention, institution-based rehabilitation or a home-based program, where their homes were modified to make them as functionally independent as possible.
ज़्यादातर पेशेंट जो स्पाइनल कॉर्ड इंजरी है वो एक घर से बिल्कुल एक कमरे में बल्कि एक बेड पर महदूद होकर रह गए, जिस वजह से उनके फ़िज़िकल प्रॉब्लम्स और साइकोलॉजिकल प्रॉब्लम्स बहुत ज़्यादा इन्वॉल्व हो रहे थे। तो सुबह-9 ने ये प्लान किया कि इनके आउटरीच प्रोग्राम, एक्सेसिबिलिटी प्रोग्राम और कम्युनिटी बेस्ड रिहैबिलिटेशन का प्रोग्राम किया जाए, ताकि इन पेशेंट्स को हम कम्युनिटी एक कमरे से घर में निकालें, घर से इन कम्युनिटी में पुश बैक करें। तो इससे अकॉर्डिंग फिर हमने इनको ट्रेन किया डिफरेंट स्किल पे, जो कि बेड एक्टिविटीज़ जिसे हम कह सकते हैं। इन पेशेंट्स को हमने ट्रेन किया ताकि ये लोग व्हील चेयर्स पे जाके टॉयलेट तक जाएं। टॉयलेट में हमने होम मॉडिफिकेशन की, जिसमें हमने नॉन स्लिपरी मैट और साइड स्पोर्ट्स पे काम किया, और उसके बाद फिर हम लोगों ने रूम से इनको निकाल कर जो फीमेल्स हैं और जो किचन में काम करने वाले हैं, किचन की मॉडिफिकेशन की, इनको स्टडी टेबल्स प्रोवाइड किए, और फिज़िकल डिसेबिलिटी से बचने के लिए इनको घर के अंदर पुली यूनिट्स, थेराबैंड्स, होम प्रोग्राम, होम एक्सरसाइजेज़, ग्रुप एक्सरसाइजेज़, और उसके साथ ही हमने इनको प्रेयर टेबल दिया ताकि इनकी पेशेंट की एक्टिविटीज़ पे काम किया जाए, इनकी ईडियल्स को बढ़ाया जाए और ये पेशेंट अपने कमरे से, अपने घरों से निकल कर बाहर आए और उनकी मेन स्ट्रीमिंग हो जाए।
जनी मैं खुद मड़ कोल पानी मड़ कोल होवा, मैं खुद अपनी बच्ची के कपड़े भी खुद धोनी हाँ, अपने कपड़े भी खुद धोनी हाँ, अपनी बच्ची गुसल खुद करा दी हाँ, अपना गुसल खुद कर दी हाँ, यानी तकरीबन मैं अपना काम में खुद कर दी हाँ। व्हील चेयर तब बैग फर्क कर दिया, कदे कोल मड़े खाना छाड़न दी, कदे कोई चीज़, सब चीज़ें किचन में हो, मैं खुद खाना भी पका ले ताकि मुझे।
सुबह-9 वाले इधर आते जाते रहे वो हर दफ़ा, वरना तो मैं बेड ही पे थी। फिर उनकी मदद से मैं काफ़ी, उन्होंने मुझे सब कुछ सामान वगैरह जो मेरी ज़रूरत की चीज़ें थी, वाकर वगैरह, स्टेक, ये सब कुछ मुझे दिया।
सुबह-9 वाले इंसान दोस्त थे। सबसे बड़ी बात ये कि वैसे हमारे इस माशरे में हमेशा समझा जाता है ना जी कि जब बंदा वो माजूर हो जाता है ना तो उसके बाद उसकी वैल्यू थोड़ी सी कम हो जाती है। ये मुझे मिले, इन्होंने मेरे साथ बहुत ज़्यादा ये इंस्ट्रूमेंट भी दिए हुए हैं, ये स्टैंड उसके अलावा और भी वो मुझे बेड सोर्स थे, वो उस वजह उसके लिए भी इन्होंने बहुत सारी चीज़ें मुझे प्रोवाइड की। सबसे बड़ी चीज़ है तीमारदारी। अगर कुछ भी ना हो, कुछ दे ना ले, तो खाली तीमारदारी बहुत बड़ी चीज़ है। वो जो करते हैं आके हमेशा, वही बहुत बड़ी बात है। अल्लाह इनको अजर देगा इसका, आप बेफिक्र रहें आप।
The international foreign teams also visited over here, which includes the physiotherapist, the occupational therapist, the psychologist, the surgeons, as well as the physiatrist, who gave an important aspect over there by teaching and training the local teams over here, by telling them how to follow the international rules which are being implemented in other countries like Canada, Sweden, in Japan.
The response from the community was really, it was great. We were working in 3 different places mainly. One of the these were hospitals, and then there was a H11 camp. The international community got involved with us, and one of the key persons was Jackie Collins, who brought in the Canadian rehabilitation experts. And I can tell you that we were the only ones at that time focusing on that aspect of rehabilitation, because rehabilitation itself, the word itself, the government understands it as rebuilding infrastructure and nothing beyond it. But it was far more than that, and I can tell you that they came in, the different teams came in, they helped us, they educated us, and I have great respect for all the Canadian experts who came in and contributed at that time, and they have been in touch since then.
So I got involved with the Subh-e-Nau organization just after the earthquake had happened. So I think the initial problems that I saw was that people were put randomly all over the hospitals, and it was very difficult to find those that needed immediate care and those that needed rehabilitation services right from the beginning. So I think in my involvement, the organization Subh-e-Nau went around the hospital actually looking to find the patients, and they were the ones that started the organization that was happening to get these people put close together so that they could have the beginning of their rehabilitation services.
Rehabilitation is indeed a basic human necessity that should be part and parcel of our existing health services.
We had been running one of the rehab units in Mansehra, for example, but these are not. This is not. There's no multidisciplinary team approach to these centers. So I would suggest that at the government level, and this is not only, it doesn't have to deal with earthquake only. I mean, there are a lot of veterans, for example, in the army who have received gunshot to their spinal cord resulting into paraplegia. There are a lot of road traffic accident victims who have been paraplegic. So we are talking about, it's a need of the hour for the entire country. So basically, when we talk about a person, specifically in terms of the medical problems that we are facing, and we have seen quite a lot of people that come to our center who are a neglected spinal cord injury patient who has been given crutches, but nobody has taught him the bowel regime, nobody has taught him the bladder regime, nobody has taught him how to prevent the bed sores and whatnot. And a lot of these people come with in a very, very sick conditions and even have died within our hospital because of poor knee.
खामोंदी छोड़ गया 1.5 साल तो बाद जलजले साल तो बाद उस तो बाद जानी हुन ए भाई ए भी जानी तकरीबन तंग गया मड़ी मजदूरी तो हुन 60 भी तो नहीं सकते मुको ते बहरहाल मैं भी मजदूर हां, मड़ी बच्ची भी मजदूर है, इन मजदूरों तो कौन साम सकता है, सिर्फ अल्लाह से सिवा।
टीचिंग का अब तो कोई इरादा नहीं आगे करने का, ना हिम्मत नहीं, घर की जिम्मेदारी है, घर में और कोई नहीं, दूसरा तीसरा मेरी ऊपर जिम्मेदारी है। छोटे छोटे बच्चे हैं स्कूल जाने वाले, इनको तैयार करना है, इनको भेजना।
पहले तो ज़लज़ले के शुरू में मैं सोची थी मैं फिर एडमिशन लूँगी, फिर आहिस्ता आहिस्ता ये बस ख़त्म होते होते हो गया ख़त्म सब कुछ। अब मेरा पढ़ने को जी नहीं करता, बस आने जाने का मसला, कौन रोज़ उठा के ले जाए फिर वापस ले आए।
Being disabled in any way should not be a death sentence. These people have to be accepted as normal human beings. their rights and roles protected by the state, and more importantly, by us all.
We have succeeded in raising awareness about disability, at least in the communities that we work with. And we've seen some very good results of patients who have actually gone back to work.
ऐसे अफराद को जो फिज़िकल डिसेबल हो जाए लेकिन मेंटली तो वो ठीक हैं, तो उनको हमें सरकारी और गैर सरकारी दौरों में जॉब्स देनी चाहिए और उनको वेलकम करना चाहिए ताकि वो घर में पड़े पड़े बिल्कुल नकारा ना हो जाए, उनके दबाव को इस्तेमाल किया जा सकता है.
Proper introduction of comprehensive modern rehabilitative care is an issue that merits urgent attention. Instead of treating the disabled in a superficial manner, the time is high that we address the deeper neglect of the full scope of rehabilitation.
First thing is acceptance, that we have to accept that we have a disability problem and that we have to do something about it and not be shy about it. I think that goes for everyone, whether it's policy at the government level or its programs. At the government level, these people aren't taken as seriously as they should be. They're not taken as part of our normal population.
I feel it is very important, and I feel it's a part of the government of Pakistan, government of Azad Kashmir, to develop spinal cord injury centers, which is a multidisciplinary approach, where people from rehab, people from occupational therapy, people from physical training to strengthen the upper limbs, people from general surgery, people from urology, people from plastic surgery, they all team together.
I just want to say how honored I felt in being part of the Subh-e-Nau organization and being able to put them together with Canadian teams who have been so instrumental in getting rehabilitation services up and running for these people. And I would just hope that this is going to be the beginning of something that is going to develop and continue to develop as the country realizes the tremendous need that there is in rehabilitation medicine and in the outreach programs that are going to be so important in the future.
Yeah, as a nation we have a very short-term memory, and we've forgotten the 5 million people that were affected by the earthquake. It was a catastrophe, it was an immense catastrophe, and it won't be solved overnight. We have to keep working at it. The emergency phase, people think that the emergency phase of the catastrophe is over, but it isn't. We see people every day suffering, in pain, and in such conditions that cannot be described. And we as a nation have a combined responsibility towards them. We have to help them rebuild their lives.
To this day, many persons with disabilities have made remarkable progress, healed, and carried on with their everyday lives. But many still struggle on a day-to-day basis. Undoubtedly, these, as well as the plight of the already disabled, need our utmost assistance to make their long walk home a living reality.
शब भर तेरी याद से तकरार, सहर हो तो हो राहे फरार, जंगल बयाबां है दिल ये, कहाँ से लाएगा कोई करार, राहों में लगा रहता है मन, मंजिल है कोई न किसी का इंतज़ार, यूं ही वक्त तमाम करना है, हिजर हो के हो मौसम बहार, कोई भी साथ न चले अगर तो तन्हा सफ़र पे भी हैं तैयार, ज़्यादा राह तो नहीं लेकिन शौक़ सफ़र है बेशुमार।